Hello, good afternoon. Luciano Ruas of the Brazilian Accent Improvisation. And today I'm going to answer one question that a student of mine asked me. That is about how could I act when when the song is when a traditional song, it's important to say that when a traditional song stays for much time just in one chord, what interesting things could we do inside just one chord? And this is a question that I made me a lot of times. It's if you don't have some solutions, you won't sound good just using the scale. This case is common in some sambas, choros, and waltz. And in my opinion, if you use the chord as a center of gravity, you can create interesting lines around the chord that will make your melody sound interesting, sufficiently interesting to call attention of the audience. All right. I would like to do two examples. One in a major chord, okay? And also one in a minor chord. Então, so I spoke Portuguese. I'm gonna use two easy chords that's C major and A minor. C major is formed by C, E, and G. Okay? And for example, one thing I think it's interesting to treat the chords like the center of gravity. It's that when we go to the name in English, people often uses target notes to see the chord notes as target notes, okay? And when we walk to the notes, the chord notes, descendantly or going down. When I go down to a chord note, I go using diatonic notes. For example, in C major, I go by D. For example, I will make some pattern, okay? Approximating the C note by D and continue during the arpeggio of the chord, okay? After that I go by F and I arpeggiate two notes, and so by the sixth. Now I'm doing without rhythm. You can adapt to your rhythm. If you're playing a samba, or a chorinho, or a waltz, okay, you adapt to which rhythm you are playing. And I think when we appreciate the chord note going down to it, I think going up to it, or ascending movement, I think chromatic sounds very interesting. I'm gonna do the same pattern, but getting the chords, the note chords for down up, okay? B, C, D, B, C, E, G, E flat or D sharp, E, G, C, and F sharp, G, C, and E. It's an interesting pattern too, and it could sound interesting if the harmony doesn't move itself, because it has some spicy notes, and they can create interest in your audience, like I said before. We can do this kind of pattern. We can also do this descendantly or not downwards. I think it's the best word. Let me show you. I'm going to get C, the C chord, always with a note before the first chord note, and the other notes are arpeggios. Let me show you. D, C, and continue arpeggiating. G, E, A, G, E, C, F, E, C, G. Let me repeat. D, C, G, E, A, G, E, C, F, E, C, G. Let me show you the effect that it causes. Alright? It sounds very good also. Let me do in minor, in A minor. Okay, the notes will be F to E, C, A, D, C, A, E, B, A, E, C. One more time. F, E, C, A, D, C, A, E, B, A, E, C. Okay? I'm sorry for the time I got to do this, because in Portuguese we don't use the letters to say the name of the notes. We use the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si. Okay? Let me do this downwards movement. The movement. example. I was just using this kind of motion, and adding some variations. Okay, when I'm playing playing, I'm gonna use another resources. Okay, but I'm showing you that with one pattern you can do lots of different sounds, and you can sound efficient, more efficient than if you were arpeggiating just. Okay, and I would like to show you one more pattern that could mixture these approximations, diatonic down approximation and chromatic up approximation. I think it sounds very interesting, very colorful. Okay, let me start going up. I never did this going up. Let's do it. Let me see. One more time. And in A minor, how it could sound. Let me use them in okay, in A minor. Let me show in a 4. Now I'm going to show you the same approximations, but doing a downwards motion. Okay, let me show you from C major, from D to C, D sharp to E, A to G, B to C, F to E, F sharp to G, etc. It will sound like that. Let's sing A minor, F E, G sharp, A, D C, D sharp, E, B A, B C, F E, G sharp, A, D, C, and so it goes. Let's go in I took some very characteristic idea for Ho and Baião, that it's arpeggiate the 7th chord, okay? And mixture with this idea. And I would like I'd show you as a waltz also. Pay attention in these chromatic notes, how they sound. They sound with how can I say the word? With a very interesting color. I'm gonna use 2 chords. And I'm playing A minor and E7, okay, with G sharp on the bass. Let me using these 2 chords. And I would like to show other very common use of this thinking as the chord like a center of gravity. It's ornament that here in Brazil we call mordente. I don't know if the translation it would be like that, but we get the chord note, go one note up, return to the note, one note down, and return to the chord note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This you can see if it's correct when you have 5 notes. Okay, the main note, one up, the main note again, one down, and return to the main note. And I think this thinking of chromatic and diatonic notes I told you to think, they will sound very good. Okay, this is a resource we use in the introduction of the national anthem of Brazil. It's like that. This is a mordente here in Brazil. I don't know how to say in English. Please write for me in the comments if you know the name of this resource, this ornament. Okay, and you can make very interesting designs or patterns around the chords. And we can play as an ornament with quick notes, and when we can use another divisions for these notes. To C major and G7. When I wasn't using this kind of mordente, I was just playing the chord notes. Okay, let me show you this same example in A minor in using the with 2 chords. Okay, I got a question here. I don't know what theme are you talking about. I didn't found this situation still. Okay, no problem, because you can find. I'm gonna play a waltz for you from a friend of mine, and after I show you an example of this. But you can have also introductions points that musicians are waiting to start the song, preparing. It's very common in Brazilian music to to start just with a groove in one chord, okay, stopping all the band, making the groove, and using the groove like an introduction. I think you that hear also pop music are familiar with that situation. For ending a song, it would be very common. Sometimes all musicians are playing just one chord, and somebody is improvising for so much long, and they are in the last chord, okay. Then these situations will be common for you that play Brazilian music, or in the songs, or in introductions, endings, or codas, okay. I think all of you have to be prepared for these situations, okay, all right. I showed you some examples of how to do this, but you can create your own patterns or designs around the chord. I think it's a very interesting exercise to create mathematic combinations around them. And in this kind of situation, mathematics will help you to create very musical results. People often think mathematics will sound very rational, but it's not truth. Mathematics can create some these combinations, okay, will sound very interesting, because if you manipulate this order of things, you can create surprises for our ears, okay, for our musical perception. Then my recommendation is that you learn these patterns I showed you, but try to create yours. It will be very helpful in creating an identity, okay, a way that just you sound like. Then it was that. Thanks for watching my live. I hope I have answered your question about that. And if you have more doubts, please write me in the comments. Other important thing to say for you, that this live, this kind of subject we are talking in these lives are important for all kinds of musicians, not just for piano players, alright? If you like Brazilian music and want to learn more about it, to improvise in it, please subscribe in this channel. We are, if you prefer, we are at Facebook and YouTube also, okay? Thanks for watching, and bye bye.